What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 17. Top DFS picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DraftKings picks and FanDuel picks for NFL.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel.
And if you stay to the very end after all my picks and after I show you the Draft Dashboard tools, I'll give you my super secret sleeper pick that no one's talking about. Hey guys, our cash game lineup optimizer is now live. Playing cash games is the secret to building your bankroll. So that's why we've created our cash game lineup optimizer that will generate a lineup based on the highest projected ownership. In cash game lineups, you want safer plays that carry less risk and are owned by a larger percentage of the field. By using the wisdom of the crowd, we will generate a cash game lineup based on ownership projections. This new tool is available right now, so come on in and start building your bankroll. Okay, let's take a look at the quarterback position. I like Ryan Tannehill from the Tennessee Titans playing the Houston Texans, who have the 6th worst defense overall, and they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Ryan Tannehill has averaged 20.4 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 3.5 rush attempts per game. He's only going to be about 3% owned. He scored 24, 25, and 32 fantasy points in the last 3 games. This guy's been on fire. He's projected at 18.6 fantasy points here in Week 17. He's 6,800 DraftKings salary and 1,100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Titans favored by 3.5. So it's a relatively close game and a great matchup. So I like Ryan Tannehill here versus the Houston Texans.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, who do we have at the running back position? I like Ezekiel Elliott from the Dallas Cowboys playing the Washington Redskins, who have the 7th worst defense overall, and they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Ezekiel Elliott has averaged 20.3 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 18.9 rush attempts per game and 4.4 pass targets per game. He's going to be about 21% owned. He's on the field for 84% of the snaps, projected at 20.5 fantasy points here in Week 17. He's 8,000 DraftKings salary and 700 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, and they have the Cowboys favored by 10.5. This is a home game, a great matchup, so I like Ezekiel Elliott here versus the Washington Redskins. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy football videos every day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy football content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. I like Robert Woods from the LA Rams playing the Arizona Cardinals, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 12th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Robert Woods has averaged 15.8 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 9.1 pass targets per game and 1.1 rush attempts per game. He's on the field for 95% of the snaps. He's going to be about 8% owned. Projected at 11.5 fantasy points here in week 17. He's 7,000 DraftKings salary and 700 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 49 points scored in this game, and they have the Rams favored by 5. This is a home game and a good matchup, so I like Robert Woods here versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, and you can try the tools for NBA. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position. I like Dallas Goddard from the Philadelphia Eagles playing the New York Giants, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing tight ends. Dallas Goddard has averaged 9.7 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 5.5 pass targets per game. He's only going to be about 2% owned. He scored 24 fantasy points last week off of 12 pass targets. He's projected at 12.5 fantasy points here in week 17. He's 4,900 DraftKings salary and 1,500 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45 points scored in this game, and they have the Eagles favored by 4. So this is another good matchup. There's a ton of injuries to the wide receivers from Philadelphia. Zach Ertz got banged up last week, so it should be plenty of pass targets for Dallas Goddard. So I like Dallas Goddard here versus the New York Giants.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. You've unlocked the bonus content.
Okay, my super secret sleeper pick for NFL Week 17. Now I'm talking about ownership here. I like Allen Robinson from the Chicago Bears playing the Minnesota Vikings, who have a good defense overall, but they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Allen Robinson has averaged 16.5 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 9.5 pass targets per game, and he's only going to be about 1% owned. He's on the field for 94% of the snaps, projected at 15.6 fantasy points here in week 17. He's 7,200 DraftKings salary and 600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 37 points scored in this game, and they have the Bears trailing by 1. So a close game and a good positional matchup. So I like Allen Robinson here versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Do you want more fantasy football picks? Check out the video linked right in the middle of the screen. If you got any value from this video, please tap that subscribe button before you get out of here and ring that bell notification so you won't miss our daily fantasy football uploads. We're putting out new videos every day, so I don't want you guys to miss any of our free content.